Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is technical analysis of the stock market today. Today is Monday, July 28, 2014. We're going to take a look at the stock market. The activity today, we only had one day, so we'll be kind of quick through the indices and indicators. Then we're going to get an update on the trade ideas, and we're going to check in on China too. Okay, the Dow was up 22 points today, but it was down quite a bit earlier. Quite a bit. I mean, I can't remember what the lows. I mean, if it was at close on Friday 960, the low today 877, so 83 points. Yeah. As those 83 points down at the low, so not too bad. But it is breaking this trend line in here, but it hasn't closed below the trend line, so it's fighting back. And every time it sells off, every time we get these little dips, the buying comes right back in and drives it right back up. Now, we aren't getting a close above the 10 though. So that's interesting. Not yet. I mean, there's been instances where there's been several days where it's, hovered right at it or right below it. So we'll just have to keep watching here. This situation with the indicators has not changed. And boy, the way that looks, the way that little fish hook looks on the, see how this looks like on the RSI when you get a fish hook like this? I just happen, when you see that, and it's, I hate to say it, just every once in a while, and you just kind of like see this fish hook. It's kind of like a counter trend fish hook. So you think, okay, the next day is going to be down. Counter trend fish hook, next day is going to be down. So you just kind of, it's just something that, you see it here. It just fish hooks its way down, and it does it in reverse too. But, when you see this like this, it only may be slightly down and it forms a little W bottom. Who knows? But right now I'm looking at that going, okay, we'll see. Let's see. The next one, S&P 500, again, right to the trend line and comes right back up off of it. The buying comes in and it's right at the 10. It refuses to break. New York Composite. We're continuing to go sideways in here, a doji type bar, indecision, selling off, coming back, closing right near where you open. The Nasdaq, similar type thing, similar to that. The Russell 2000 today. Russell 2000 a little more negative, coming back down, testing near this low back here on the 17th, that was that sell-off. Yeah, that Thursday sell-off when the jet got shot down. So we're testing those lows here, and then came back up a little bit on the Russell 2000, bouncing right off of this 233-day simple moving average. And, I've told you, I've mentioned this before, I use 233, 55, 21, and people use 200, 50, 20. I don't think it matters a whole heck of a lot. I mean, just so you consistently use it, because I think you're going to be in the same neighborhood anyway. And you'll find that there's going to be many times where it comes down and gets resistance right at the 55 or very close to it. And if you had a 50 in there, you could be able to make the same picture and justify the same for the 50. So it's just something I like to use, so that's why I stick with it. I like the Fibonacci numbers. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to the China. The short-term trading index, again, is just going sideways in here. No extreme reading, which still keeps in the back of my mind. I'm still wondering if we're going to get this little pop to the upside that drives the extreme reading of bullishness, and then that's it. And we are about to enter August, so it could be interesting. The VIX. The VIX pushed intraday up and then sold off. Okay, came right on back down, sold off and closed down, but still looks like it's trying to push higher. The high-low index, where is that? Didn't change a whole lot, but again, fewer new highs exceeding new lows. But I can tell you, when I looked at the count of the new the 52-week new lows, that number is increasing every day, it looks like. So the lows are becoming higher and higher in terms of their number. But we haven't broken down and gone negative yet. Okay, let's take a look at the financial ETF real quick. Not a whole lot of change, kind of sideways in here. But that's the only one that's not moving, because when you look at the semiconductors, it's continuing to sell off and push down here, although it came back again, just like the market did. And the home builders ETF, look at that. Big move to the downside. And remember where we talked about coming out of this wedge, how typically you'll go right to the bottom of the wedge? Well, we are almost there to a T. So we're very, very close. So now let's see if we're getting divergence on the move. We're starting to get divergence on this. Let's see, DI minus. It's right at it. It's right at it. So it hasn't gone to an extreme, it hasn't gotten, like RSI did not go to a lower reading with this lower reading on here. So we're starting to get some divergence in here. So it would not surprise me at all that, maybe we've seen the move and now we're going to get a bounce back. I mean, we'll see. Okay, so that's the ETFs, that's the indicators. And we take a look at the Shanghai Composite. Look at this. This thing is on fire right now, and it's broken out of this. You've got a couple trend lines here. This trend line, we get rid of this. This trend line right here is the longer term trend line. This one is more of the tight symmetrical triangle. Okay, so with this smashing out of this like it did last Friday, Thursday. Okay, so where's last Wednesday we had our reading? 23rd. That's right here. Okay, so this is where it closed. Remember how I said, well, it kind of popped up through here, tried to break through, but closed back down. Thursday, Friday, Monday. Just on fire, smashing through. So now, again, this symmetrical triangle, what you do is you take a line parallel to this, and here it is, and you put it at the start of back here at the start of it, the first peak, and you project it out. And so if I had to project where the move I think short term could go, that's up here around 2275. Now, one of my subscribers, Gary, who follows the Chinese market and Chinese stocks very close, thinks we've got about 300 points coming over the next few weeks. So he is extremely bullish on the China market, so we'll see. And we're getting a lot of activity, and that type of thing is, he sent me a very nice email, by the way. I want to thank him for that. Gary, I appreciate it, talking about the Chinese market and what's going on, some of the things that they're seeing over there. So we're seeing some activity in these Chinese stocks, like Jinko Solar and Citrix and YY. I don't have that today, but I did look at it, and it's really up. Baidu. So a lot of these stocks are really on fire. Let's go ahead and take a look at, we're going to review the trade ideas we had today. We got out of a couple today, stopped out of Jinko Solar, and then got out of the second half of Citrix Systems, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's go with Best Buy first. We're still in Best Buy. We have not hit our target. We're kind of shooting for back up here on the previous highs, and it's sure taking its time. So I'm still in it. Closed nicely on its high for the day, so I like that action. We're still hanging in there. The next one is Citrix Systems. Well, yeah, Citrix Systems. Let's go with that. Okay, so we sold the first half right around in here somewhere, and I held the second half, and I got out of it right near the close, about quarter to 15 minutes before the close or so, because I started to see that we're having 3 days in a row closing in very bullish bars in here above the Keltner channel. Okay, that doesn't happen a whole lot on Citrix Systems. Here's 2 closes in a row, and I'm talking about 3 closes in a row, very bullish, above the Keltner channel. Okay, you got to go all the way back on Citrix to this move, these moves in here, and you got 1, 2, 3 closes. Well, what happened the next few days? Then I got, you got 1, 2, 3. Yes, you got a 4th close, and then it stopped, petered out, went basically choppy on you for the next few weeks. So I thought, well, I don't know where this is going. It's already closed the gap here, right in here. I think, I think I've got an idea where it's going longer term, but I'm talking about short term. is this going to continue to push? Is it going to pull back some? So I thought I'm going to grab it. Plus, the other thing is the options we had are August. Okay, so there's 14 days of trading left on those, and if it pulls back against me, they're just going to take it from you, you know, heavily. I mean, they'll suck the any time premium, and you'll get hurt. And so my wife keeps telling me, bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So I'm not sure where that saying came from, but anyway, that's why we're out of Citrix Systems. Okay, now the next one is Citrix, and this one we're hanging in. We took 50% of the position in terms of profits, and I'm going to hang with this one. We'll see if we can't get this pushing. I think it's got, you know, higher to go on Citrix. And then the next one is Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. Hopefully I got them in here. You're at Green Mountain. There we go. Now this has started to turn down a little bit today. Let me blow it up. And we're in here. It hasn't hit a target or anything. We've still got, you know, puts on this. It has broke a 3-day low, 4-day low in here. So, and closed down, but not much, down 0.73. But at least it's starting to roll over a little bit. We'll see if we can continue to get action in that direction. The next one is, let's talk about Jinko Solar, and I think I just got one more, U.S. Steel. Okay, so this is the one we got stopped out of today. Actually, probably should have had a tighter stop, but I had a stop close above this high in here. Well, of course, then we got hurt with this big bar, and yes, I did stick until like 2:45 Central Time in terms of hanging in here. But we ended up losing, I think it was like 18% on the trade, and back on the CTX, the entire trade, I think it was 64 or 68%. That, again, the details are on the Trade Ideas webpage. So, you know, this is disappointing, but, you know, just don't know where it's going now. And, you know, and we had to have a stop of some kind to tell me I was wrong. Okay. The next one, and I think this is the last one, is U.S. Steel. Yep, it is. Okay, so we got into this one today. It did not, you know, it broke the highs in here, and it did not run, pulled back a little bit, just hanging sideways. I still think that this is a very bullish setup, and we'll see. I'd love to see this thing just pull off what we're talking about. And I've produced a longer term video on this, looking at the weekly and the daily. This just looks like a large head and shoulders setup. If we can get it to break this neckline up here, this thing could really take off and trend. That's what I'm looking for. I'd love to see it just start to trend and trend and trend higher. All right, that's it for tonight. We'll be back Wednesday night with another market update, take a look at some Chinese stocks. And I'm going to continue to produce on a daily basis 1 or 2 videos that focus in on one individual stock. Try to keep it to 3 to 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes if I can. And we'll kind of go from there. So if you felt like this video was helpful in any way, please share it with your friends, tweet it, social media, Facebook. And if you're not a subscriber, simply subscribe. It's very easy, first name and email, and you'll get access to the Trade Ideas page. You get updates, email updates as to when we're posting these, and you can download the free PDF I've got for you. So, all right, have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, everyone. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart.